TGIF.
But that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
Yeah, there you go. All right. And now for third place for being in the chat the longest is Gambit. And by the way, first place is also Gambit, and as is second place. So Gambit, you win. Yay! 5 hours, over 5 hours. Jesus Christ, dude. Listening to Teddy Bear's Picnic. Let's see. We got Snorty's in the house. And let's see, you got here at a reasonable little less than an hour ago.
That's still pretty early.
Well, he's probably at work or doing something, and so got it playing in the background.
Maybe.
I'm gonna have to apologize. I pinched a nerve today, so I'm very uncomfortable right now. And I can't seem to get into a position where it's not hurting. So John Whitaker got here too, 247. Good to see you, man. And what's this? It's super crazy to think this is J.J. Abrams. It was actually Jeffrey Abrams when he sold it. But yes, it is J.J. Abrams. There were rumors that this is a script that he wrote with his partner, but he takes main credit with it. And where's that tiger? I don't know.
And he was in the movie.
Those brothers, gotcha. What's that?
JJ is in the movie.
Yeah, he's the delivery boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awakening is a pretty cool movie. It's not like I disliked it. It's just the best part of that is the performances. I'd rather watch Patch Adams, which was also full of shit. It's based on a true story. Not that much of it. And I will tell you this, he did his due diligent research on the condition.
They all did. And I like that. Ford himself talked to a patient who recovered from TBI. And to the relatives, like direct relatives. Because it's probably even harder for them.
Yeah, let's just get that part out of the way. This movie was Oscar bait, and that's all it was. Ford wanted an Oscar. His last nomination was Witness, as I recall. And I think he's a good actor. He's not great, because he's great at playing himself. So if he can win an Oscar for playing you, an Oscar for playing you, he should get it. Tom Hanks too. That's all Tom Hanks ever won an Oscar for, was playing himself.
I can see his machination. If I get an Oscar, I could get more pussy.
Yeah. At that point, I don't know why he would worry about that. He was at that point, he was the highest paid actor in Hollywood. And to be honest, rightly so. He only did one movie a year. And he told John Travolta one time, stop making so many movies a year. You're hurting your career. Do a great movie and make them want you to come back and do that in a year. Every year. without fail. But clearly, yeah, they went for this. This is purely an Oscar bait movie. And, despite all that, I actually really like the film. It's directed by Mike Nichols and produced by him and his buddy, partner, and Scott Rudin. Scott Rudin. And you've got an amazing two lead actors of Harrison and Annette Bening. And Annette Bening this is really at her peak because the next movie she did that was big was, or she may have already done it, was Bugsy with Warren Beatty. And she, of course, just like Bugsy Siegel in the actress that he falls in love with in the movie, they fell in love while making the film. And by the way, there's a great interview with her. Well, it's not great. It's an okay interview.
The interviewer sucks. But she's talking about having just finished Bugsy, and that interview was taken just after this movie came out. So Bugsy was immediately after that, and then she became pregnant, as far as I know.
And what she didn't know at the time was she had the part of Catwoman in Batman Returns. And she lost the part because she got knocked up. And she couldn't play Catwoman, and that brought in Michelle Pfeiffer. So, but one of the things I did want to bring up, and I put this image here for no real reason, other than I'm still annoyed by the casting decisions that were made. But The Age of Adeline is a film that I never bothered to watch. I saw the trailer and I went, I'll never watch that movie. It just, nothing about it was interesting. The only thing interesting about that film is that it has Harrison Ford's in it. And he plays another Jones, William Jones. And ironically, they had a young actor in it who, God, man, it's Anthony Ingruber is the guy's name, Anthony Ingruber. And my God, he looks like Harrison Ford. And he plays the younger Jones. And when they were casting for Star Wars or Solo, a Star Wars story, this was the fan favorite. This guy. And he did go out for the role. And he wasn't even in the top picks. They weren't interested in this guy. And I'm like, why? Because he does a perfect, if you've never seen the videos of him, I'm sure they're still out there on YouTube, where he's doing Han Solo, showing fans, how much like Harrison Ford he sounds when he talks and his mannerisms. And like everybody lost their minds, like, this is the guy, this is the guy. And instead they go after a guy that doesn't sound or look like Harrison Ford, or really act like Han Solo. Because it could have been a good film, and it wasn't. A lot of problems. But look at him. He even has the wry smile, the same crooked fucking grin that Harrison Ford has. It's ridiculous. Anyway. The only reason why he popped into my head today is because there's a podcast, forget what the hell it's called. It's the George Lucas Show or something like that. And one of the last things that the young actress from this movie did was an interview back in the 2010s on this show, the George Lucas Show. And on the same show she was on, it was a show dedicated to talking about the work of Harrison Ford. So she was one of the many guests that appeared, as well as Anthony Ingruber came on there. So it was kind of a cool show, and that's why his name popped into my head. And I went, oh, I remember that fucker. I remember him. He was the guy that should have played Han Solo in Solo, a Star Wars story. Fucking Kathleen Kennedy. God, she's a piece of shit. Gambit has been the chat since before your son burned hot in space. Yeah. Absolutely, Alpha. Good day to you, my friend. Hello to all of you. Penny is here. Hi, Penny.
We have reached the weekend.
John is here. Hi, John. And I am now right here, Indiana. Oh, wait. Let's go to this one. So Ford was jonesing for an Oscar. Yeah, absolutely. His name was Henry. Coincidence? Actually, it is. That's odd, isn't it? Henry Jones. Because the dad was Henry Jones, and he's Henry Jones Jr. I told you, Dad, don't call me that.
Yeah, he only calls him Junior.
Indiana was the dog. I have some fond memories of that dog.
You're named after the dog?
I love that movie. It's my favorite Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah. It is absolutely happenstance that the name is Henry. Just the same way as his name is Jones in Age of Adeline. Just chance. Those Rye smiles are pretty corny, but they ingrain themselves in your memory. I'll tell you where it didn't work. What lies beneath when he reveals himself to be this psychotic killer and he does a fucking Rye smile. And I laughed audibly out loud, like loud. I went, and I'm looking around and nobody's laughing.
I wouldn't call him a psychotic killer. He didn't kill for pleasure. He killed for fear to be discovered that he was having an affair that was going to destroy his career.
I do have to tell you, you have to be psychotic to think that you have that right. You do. To take another life in order to protect your job or whatever. Anthony Ingrover is how to spell the name. I think it's an I, isn't it? Yeah, it's Ingrover. River Phoenix as a young Indiana Jones example of good casting. Good casting. He did a great impression of Ford, but he didn't look the part. But I didn't mind because he was good. It's time to play the music. It's time to play the lights. Let's get things started on the Muppet Show tonight. Ha! Snorty called you out, Alpha. That ride joke was corny. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I like to refer to them as a pumpernickel smile.
Why?
I don't like rye bread. That was my play on their joke. Hello, Ariel. I'm trying to get that song stuck in Anima's head. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. What's going to work is when she hears the song. Yeah, when she hears the song, it will stick into her head a little bit.
Which I refuse to do for that very reason.
Gary, can you sing it, please?
I've watched. No.
Don't ask Gary to sing, please.
I've walked through rye fields in Normandy.
Hey, Mike. Want to join us?
Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike. Mostly.
That's the second time you misheard me today. You need to clean your ears.
You don't clean your ears. You wipe your ears. Madam President, Penny Huggles, Hello, Snort, Gambit, and all. And how about DuckTales? And Uh, there we go. Sent you a message, Anima, on Facebook. How about DuckTales? I hated DuckTales thing, but I enjoyed DuckTales. I like the show, not the song. Muppet Song is a better song. It's a fun song. Very catchy. Well, they had good composers on the Muppet Show. Yeah, I don't care. So, but anyway, the young lady, her name in real life is technically Camion Allen, but she went by Mickey, or and that's her, pretty much in the 20 teens. She at the time this photo was taken was the vice president over at Audible for Amazon. But she's now taking on another role, and I don't know what that is, but it's a corporate role. She kind of followed in her dad's footsteps and kind of became a corporate person, and she really liked it. But she's also in real life kind of a sweetheart, and that's her official Twitter page over on X. It's at Camion212. And at the time, the last time she was really on her last post was 2015. I don't think she's posted anything or liked anything since 2015. She was at the time the VP of Global Corporate Communications at Audible.com. So she became a corporate person, and I think she was happier at that. But she has right now a credit for a short film that was made in 2021. It was a special thank you to her because she helped them get the film made, short film. But she also has a funny little story, one of those little anecdotal stories that kind of related to the film in what it caused was, if you go to the Bill Murray's story website where people write their personal stories of having Bill Murray run-ins, and they're funny. They're always funny, and for the most part, I don't think I've ever seen a negative one. But I've heard people say that they had a bad experience meeting him, but I've never seen those posted on this website. I don't know if that's because they police the stories, but she has a posting because before she did the movie regarding Henry, she had just moved to New York with her mother and father and her sister, and they were there because her father was leaving the corporate world and going to seminary up there for the Episcopal Church to become a priest. And he, Evil Plan, sing the Muppet Show, Gary. It will not be good, and it will not score any points with her. I'm just telling you. But I'll,
just don't.
It's not like,
please.
All right, hold on.
Thanks for the $5, Ariel.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this because you gave us $5. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise the curtain on the Muppet Show tonight. And then Waldorf says, "Why do we always come here?" Statler, I guess we'll never know, Waldorf. It's kind of torture. And both of them together, to have to watch the show. And then Kermit goes, "To introduce our guest star tonight, that's what I'm here to do. So it really makes me happy to introduce you to Sylvester Stallone." Yay! And then, so now let's get things started. It's time to get things started. on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, muppetational. That is what we call the Muppet Show. There you go. It's a fun song. I just did not do it justice because I can't fucking sing. Thank you. Hope that was worth it.
We leave that to her to judge.
Yeah, she said that's fine.
Thank you. I tried. I mean, I didn't really try, but I did try a little bit. I like this opening here. This is we've seen this building in other shows, and it's cool to see it in this one. And because it's like the winters are pretty rough there on the East Coast, they open up with it being winter, which I like. Regarding Henry, Bill Nunn. Bill Nunn is like an unsung hero of film, and I've always liked him. And he plays the God, I forgot his character's name. The guy that works with him at the physical therapy area when he lives there, the black guy. Nobody remembers his name. Okay, so it's not just me.
Bill Nunn. Bill Nunn as Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley. I said his name is Bill Nunn. I know his real name. I couldn't remember his name in the movie. So Bradley. And Bradley's probably one of the better characters in the film, if not the most interesting.
He helps him get his life back by getting him to talk with Tabasco.
And Godzilla 98 played Bruce.
And he died in 2016, by the way. He's been gone for a decade. Bill Nunn.
Really?
Wow.
Damn.
He died from, I forget what it's called. It's leukemia. It's a specific kind of leukemia. And anyway, it's sad. He was also popularly used by Spike Lee. He's just one of those actors with a lot of gravitas. Harrison Ford, of course, plays a lawyer who's kind of an asshole. So basically, he played another version of himself. It's actually pretty annoying when you are driving to Normandy and none of your signs tell you it's Normandy, but instead say Calvados.
Really? They say Calvados instead of Normandy? That's weird.
According to John, oh my God! Look, I've already commented on this today on my fucking X page. I found this fucking video of him bitching about the role he got in this. Bitching! I swear to God, the guy bitches about everything. If he is
instead
not
of being thankful that he gets cast,
he got cast when he was a nobody in a Harrison Ford film, but he can't be grateful. He's an ungrateful cunt. And that's all he is. I cannot stand like this.
He's also a hypocrite.
Absolutely a hypocrite. Like only Hispanics should play Hispanics is his general attitude. Always talking shit about Anglos who play Latinos, talking shit about it. And then all of a sudden he's okay playing Greek because he's in the new movie, The Odyssey. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, that's not racist at all. I hope Greece sues them.
Yeah, Alpha's making fun of the fact the screen's backwards.
Yeah. You know why we have to do that, right?
Alpha, keep doing that, and I will start calling you Omega.
I'm just not going to get into this shit. Because Hans Zimmer did a really terrific job on this soundtrack.
Yeah, that was before he discovered the droning and fell in love with it. He actually did music way back when.
Now, he was a terrible Luigi. Again, he's got a problem with people that aren't Latino playing Latinos, but it's okay with Italians. Yeah.
Different rules for him, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not that great of an actor. He should be happy for every role he gets. And shut his big mouth. Actually, the Simpsons parody of The Odyssey was more accurate than this movie.
Yes, and don't forget, Homer Simpson's was called The Odyssey. Odyssey.
Yeah. Man, I put it in the managed group. I walked by a poster for The Odyssey yesterday, and the Austrian version, apparently, he fought Mandalorians because the poster shows that this is facing 3 giant warriors in Mandalorian uniforms. It's so stupid. It's a joke.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, he is such a fucking hypocrite. Just, I would love to have 5 minutes alone with that guy. Seriously. Even at my age, I'd fucking stomp the shit out of that guy. I fucking cannot stand him. It's fucking repugnant attitude. He's a person that I would gladly refer to as an oxygen thief. Yeah, he's supposed to be a Frenchman in that. A white Frenchman. Toulouse-Lautrec. Liquid Zemo also played in The Birdcage. He's actually, you know what? I got to tell you, he's not bad early on. I didn't hate him back then when he played legit roles. And was it The Birdcage? I thought it was,
it was
the movie with Wesley Snipes and
To Wong Fu.
Yeah, To Wong Fu from Julie. Yeah, To Wong Fu.
Thanks, Julie Newmar.
Thanks, Julie Newmar. That's it. One for the money. His name Jimmy Alpha. Oh, stole another white role. There you go. Yeah, we already corrected that. But I love Birdcage, but the one you're thinking of is that one, and it is pretty good. She's such a plain little girl, you know, just really likable. And I was shocked that she never went anywhere. She never did another film. But she said in an interview that she really thought about being a doctor. She had real aspirations. I like that. Wesley Snipes is a great actor who realized that's going to only take you so far. And he became an action star. And look how much money he made. And made so much money, it got him put in prison because he didn't pay taxes on it. Listening to the wrong people. And he got out, thank goodness, and has relatively come back, kind of. No, yeah, I don't think he's anywhere near as big as he used to be. No
studios are being dumb because people love Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. You know, Marvel Disney really should have jumped at bringing him back as Blade. It took Ryan Reynolds to do it, which is funny because Ryan Reynolds and he don't like each other, and they buried the hatchet, but not in each other's heads. And he had him in the movie, and it's fun.
I like how they make fun of it when Deadpool says, I thought you didn't like me, and he said, I don't.
Yeah, Wesley drank a little bit too much of the Sovereign Citizen. Yes, he did, John. Yes, he did. He listened to the wrong fucking people. And those people, if you listen to them, they are going to get you put in prison. You know, you can scream your rights all you want to, and you got to understand the law is the law, whether you like it or not. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. J.J. Abrams and Harrison Ford would later reunite for... Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Oh. Why is that guy dressed like the Fonz? Hey,
Hey, Slasher Fred.
Hey,
hey,
Sasha.
yeah. Look, it wasn't 67. It's close, but not. The ironic part about that movie in particular is how old Dustin Hoffman actually was when he was in it. And I think one of my favorite movies. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on. Let me double check. It was 67. You were right. I'm going to shut up now. Mike Nichols, The Graduate. I thought it was 69. But he was already hitting 30 when he played in that movie, Dustin Hoffman. And what a lot of people don't know is he was roommates before he finally got into film, and with another famous actor. Anybody want to take a guess who his roommate was?
No.
It was Gene Hackman.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there are two great roommate stories that three. But number one is Dustin Hoffman, Gene Hackman, and the next one is Michael Douglas and Danny DeVito. Which is why Danny DeVito is in the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because of their close relationship. In fact, Michael Douglas got him the part in Romancing the Stone as the guy chasing him. Michael Douglas helped him with his career. He really did. I think that's what a friend does. But Mike Nichols is just a really good fucking director. Okay. And I swear to God, man, he is like so many of my other favorite directors. He would be in my top 20 list of directors, Mike Nichols. His work with Buck Henry is just something else. And it's so sad we did lose him, about 10 or 11 years ago, Mike Nichols. But he worked on some great fucking movies. He did The Graduate. He did, he directed The Birdcage, which we were just talking about, with Robin Williams and Gene Hackman. But he also directed a terrible film. It's a great film and it's terrible. It's great in its production, in its writing, and its acting, but in its story is just horrible. Is Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? But his last major film that I remember him directing had two of my friends in it. Charlie Wilson's War, with Tom Hanks is in it. He's not a friend of mine, but I worked for him. But Fahim Fazli is in it, and my buddy Kurt Yeager is in it. So two of my friends are in that movie. I think that's great. He did the TV miniseries Angels in America, which, sounds like it's going to be like a great story about angels, but really it's a story about AIDS. And I just wanted to trick you into watching it, not knowing what it's about. Anybody who knew about the story at all would know what it is, but they tricked you. They trick you.
Catfish.
He did a TV movie that I thought was really good with Emma Thompson called Wit back in 2001. It was really good. He directed Primary Colors, which is a terrible movie with Travolta as Bill Clinton. Oh, as a Clinton-esque character, and Emma Thompson as the Hillary Clinton type character. He directed one of my favorite werewolf films. He directed Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer in Wolf. Good film. Directed this movie. He also directed the classic Postcards from the Edge, which, if you didn't know, was basically a semi-autobiographical story of Carrie Fisher and her relationship with her mother, Debbie Reynolds. And it starred Shirley MacLaine playing Debbie Reynolds' character, and what's her name? Blonde, out of Africa, blonde actress. The Bridges of Madison County. She's in Death Becomes Her. She's the wife, and death becomes her. Anyway, her. He also directed Harrison Ford in the movie Working Girl, which is a good movie. It's a great romantic comedy. I liked it.
Meryl Streep, do you mean her?
Yeah, Meryl Streep plays Carrie Fisher in the film. He directed Working Girl with Harrison Ford and Melanie Griffith and Sigourney Weaver as the villainous boss. And then he did a great little Paul Simon movie, Biloxi Blues, which I love that movie. Christopher Walken as the drill sergeant. He did the comedy Heartburn with, again, Meryl Streep and Jack Nicholson. He directed Silkwood with Meryl Streep, which is a tough biopic, rough film. It's about the murder of a woman who was a whistleblower on the safety issues dealing with handling nuclear material. She ended up getting so much radiation, and they proved it was murder. Do you know how they proved it? Because the exact type of radiation that killed Karen, the real woman, that type of radiation she was killed by, she didn't work with. It was from a whole different department. And it proved it was done intentionally. She was poisoned with radiation. And it's a rough story. Silkwood is a rough film, but well worth watching. He did another film that I really like with George C. Scott called The Day of the Dolphin. I love that movie. He did the movie Carnal Knowledge, which is a fucking fun Jack Nicholson movie. And then he did Catch 22, which we've done on Military Monday. And I like the film. I think it's the best adaptation of the book, but it's got its flaws. Then he directed The Graduate, which is just a brilliant film from beginning to end. And then he directed Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, his very first film, 1966. So you look at that. His last movie, 2007, Charlie Wilson's War, again, just a great film about dealing with Afghanistan before we went in. And you got guys like, what's his name that's in it? He's dead now. Philip Seymour Hoffman is in it. He's really good in it. Toothy Julia Roberts is in it too.
Oh,
Gosh, she's a toothy, smiley bitch. I swear to God. And I've heard nothing but nightmare stories of her. But one of my favorite actors that's in the movie is Amy Adams. She plays a major character in it too. I thought that was really cool. That movie came out in 2007. She was just kind of coming up. The only thing everybody really knew Amy Adams from was that mock film of Disney, where she's a princess. She's in an animated world, and through magic, she's brought into the real world in modern New York. And I sat there watching it with my daughter, and I got to admit, I fucking enjoyed the crap out of that movie. That was a good movie. There's Bill Nunn. This is great when he picks his hand up and gives himself five with Harrison Ford's hand. God, Bill Nunn was a great fucking actor, dude. I'm so sad. He died young. He died my age. He died 62. Hardly any gray hair. God. Let's see. We got some comments over here. Let me go see. I just got to remember not to grab gambits if it's just information. Something new in the works. About being second chances because he wanted film production very quickly. Yeah, that's just copy and paste. Okay, not doing that one. Ariel said something. I missed it. Where did Ariel say something? Yeah, he got shot over the right eye. The bullet hole hit him about right here.
Yep.
So it went in the frontal lobe is where it hit. And it was like a little tiny bullet too, which is why it leaves such a small hole, no exit wound.
And it wasn't that bullet that caused all the
It was the first
trauma.
shot
It
that
was
hit him
the
over
other
here on the
one.
left arm because it hit
Yeah.
right under this collarbone and hit his subclavian artery. And it caused him to not get enough oxygen to the brain.
Yep.
Of all things, that's what that caused. I despise Charlie Wilson's War. I knew Wilson and was intimately involved in the subject of that film, I'd actually love to talk to you about that, dude.
It's so very doctor-like when the doctor tells her, if you have to get shot in the head, this is where you want the bullet. And I'm like, oh, that's dark.
Yeah, if you have to get shot anywhere, that's
Yeah.
the place to get hit. Like, are you selling this to her? Like, what are you doing?
No, and I like how he realized that his humor is not getting well with the wife, and you can see his expression change. Oh, he doesn't say I'm sorry, but you can see his oh.
Yeah, it's
Wrong tone.
medical
with this
humor.
one.
Wrong fucking tone.
Yep.
Wrong fucking tone. Now, I can't remember. Does anybody remember Jeffrey? Because he sold this script under the name Jeffrey, and it was
Yes.
his writing partner at the time. And I'm having trouble remembering her name. It was a female that he was with. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to his page right now.
Are we paused for a reason?
Oh, I paused because of that bitch on the right.
Ah,
She is so good at playing bitches that when she was cast in this role, I immediately didn't like her because I knew she was cast to play a bitch.
Yeah, but at least in this scene, she's giving her serious advice, like everything you just told me, don't tell anybody else.
Oh, it's not like
that.
bitches can't give good advice.
But that was kind of nice to let her vent and then say,
fact-
okay, don't tell this to anyone else.
yeah, but then
Okay,
she
next-
says you're in economic trouble, but go out and spend a serious amount of money
Tonight.
No.
Yes, go do it. No, don't
No.
do that. That's terrible advice. You are okay. You've got a better chance of getting a great blowjob from a bucktooth bitch than you are of getting great advice from a bitch. I am in my 60s, Ariel. Don't schmooze with me. Oh, wait, or unless you're trying to say I look like I'm in my 70s.
Yeah. Are you hitting on my man, Ariel?
That's like that joke I remember. He says, man, you're so dumb. You thought chipped beef was what you get after a toothy blowjob. Chipped beef? Like what? Is that Eddie Murphy or was that Charlie Murphy? It's one of them. One of the Murphy brothers. So I'm looking to see like who it was that he worked with.
Fritz here.
Hi, Reed.
Hey, Reed, how you doing, buddy? All right, I'm just going to ask J.J. Abrams' early writing partner.
Okay, while you get that, I'm gonna run some.
Jill
videos.
Mazursky. Jill Mazursky. So one of the rumors that I heard about the screenplay for this movie was that she had done the predominant work on this. He went and cleaned it up and then did an agreement that she would get money under the table to let him get full credit for it. That's the rumors I heard from friends in the industry. No, I thought you were in your 50s. And what if I am Anima? Maybe if you like the Muppets, Gary would have the heart to discuss you.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, God, I made you sing again. Sorry.
So this is the it's Jill Mazursky is who I was trying to think of. And Jill Mazursky is the one rumored to have written the initial script for this story. That became Regarding Henry.
This scene
What did I
cracked
tell
me
you?
up. How he's getting him to finally talk again. Fucking up his eggs with all the hot spice. He almost choked
Yeah.
on it.
But you think it's going to be something dealing with the eggs and the spice and maybe water. But no, he says Ritz.
Do you know why he says Ritz? Because he says you're in a hotel. No, he says you're in a hotel or something, and the word hotel is what connects with Ritz.
Triggered Ritz. Yeah, but you're not meant to know that because you see his painting later, Ritz Cracker, and you think it's all associated with that Ritz Cracker, but the payoff is later when he goes to the Ritz and that
It's
girl is
dark.
there.
It's
And
really
I said,
dark.
when she talks to him at the office the first time,
Hmm.
you look at how she looked at him, and man, like I'm trained to look at eye movement. I look at eye movement, eye interactivity, facial tics, and I'm like, that woman is in love with him. She played it very well. Just that one meeting in the hallway, she told me everything really I needed to know. Yeah, well, what woman really is, at that time in particular, not in love with Harrison Ford.
Now, let me run these two videos so my conscience could be clear. And
hey, Sweden!
They call me the Gambit.
we need to do something for Alpha.
Yeah, Donald Moffat is in this. And I did bring that up. I said, there he is. That's Gary from The Thing. I love him. But he's in another movie playing in the early 90s. It's a movie that was thought was going to be the new It movie, and it tanked. It had a huge cast, huge budget, and it tanked.
Oh, there's so many
I'll give you one. Bruce Willis is in it. And I do believe Tom Hanks is in it.
Whoa. Now.
It is called, I'm looking to see if anybody's getting it. Looking. I'll give you guys da 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 na 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 ba ba da ba ba.
Please answer. I can't take any more of this.
Nobody got it. Okay, the answer is Bonfire of the Vanities.
Oh, no, I didn't even saw that one. To be honest,
I didn't even know.
A lot of people didn't see the movie, hence why it tanked. I think I was the only person in the theater that night when I went to see it in the theater, and I'm like, wow, nobody's coming to see this movie. Like, did he get a bad review or something? No, not yet. That was opening weekend. Yeah, Donald Moffat, man. A lot of people don't know. Fucking English, not American. Donald Moffat. Made a career playing Americans.
I think it has to do with regard to Henry.
Yeah,
now,
with regard to.
It would have, considering that he's rebuilding technically from scratch, it should have been regardening Henry. Regardening.
Gardening. Yeah, I got the play on words. Didn't like it, but I got it.
Oh my God, no, Ariel, no. Ariel says, we want to hear Gary do more show tunes.
Oh boy.
In 1991, Regarding Henry was a major pop culture milestone because of one thing that it really touched, which is something no other film had done before. Do you know what
TGI.
it is? I know you fucking know. I'm talking to other people. Don't shout the fucking answer.
I want to show that I know something sometimes because you give me a lot of shit for not knowing stuff.
Say this. Ooh, I know this one. And you don't have to ruin it for everyone.
And it was the new Gambit.
If I don't say anything, you're giving me shit for not knowing shit. I cannot wait.
I know you know it. Because I just told you this yesterday. This was actually something that I was aware of because of my being a cinephile. That this movie was the first movie I'd ever seen that dealt with TBI. And I mean, went not only into the TBI aspects of things, but to deal with a thing referred to as shifting personality disorder. And one of the famous ones, again, go ahead, shout the answer out of the one that is the most famous case. Anima, because I know you know it.
I don't know which one you mean.
The Spike Railroad.
Oh,
Like, right?
that
Oh.
I thought you meant a movie. Yeah, no, that
No.
famous case with
Yep.
the railroad worker
I
who
use the word
got
story.
a metal rod through his brain. Survived it, but his personality completely changed. He was a nice guy before, and he was an irritable asshole afterwards. He had no control over emotions because it went right through his frontal lobe.
It changed his personality to one of them is an extreme one, which is he had no inhibitions. It killed his any inhibitions he had. And it's similar to what happens to him here is because it hit him in the frontal lobe where all that takes place. It gave him a jump start on another area of his frontal lobe. And that is more of the childlike wonder and his desire to not do things that he doesn't like and to do things he likes. Yeah, because it didn't flop bad enough when they made it the first time. But I will tell you this, Alpha, and you and I've talked about this before. If you're going to remake a film, remake a bad film and make it better, like the Beatles would say. Or as my brother would say, more better.
Yeah, but they heard it wrong. They heard it badder.
Yeah, Bonfire of the Vanities was just a terrible movie. Like Brian De Palma should have requested to have his name taken off of and say that it was directed by Alan Smithy. So it's that bad. But what makes me sad is that he wasn't aware it was bad. And that kind of made me question him. It really did. How can you not know that you're making a bad movie? That's sort of like, the recent shit. Because I call bullshit on it. I really do. I don't believe that Army Hammer said those things.
No, I do believe that he said
article. No, I don't think he did. I think that's something that's being taken out of context. And that article was apparently partially written with AI for the Washington Times. And I think that it took things out of context. But I will also say he's had ample opportunity to say, I didn't say that. Well, hold on, I still got more to point to. But we've had enough time, just one fucking day, for he didn't say that. He stepped up and said it. Where the fuck is Army Hammer? Because if he doesn't say something, I don't think he'll get another job.
in my opinion, he's been badly coached by his agent. Say, no, you have to protest the movie because your career is gonna tank.
Well, he said some of the stupidest shit. Oh, I only saw 50 pages of the script when I took the job. That's when you took the job. You had to have seen more. Plus, you're there. You're on the set. You're doing these things on
You're
camera.
saying the freaking that monologues.
Yeah, the monologues and all the shit you're doing in the film. And it never struck you that this might be a film with the title Citizen Vigilante that's killing terrorists or people that are, criminals. Really?
Well,
if he really did say that, he's a fucking moron.
Like I said under your post on Twitter, it looks to me as if Uwe Boll is making some damage control here and told him to keep his mouth shut and not say anything else. Because actors need better training as to when to open their mouths and when not to.
Well, that's another explanation. Maybe he's a great actor and can hide the fact that he was acting sky high or very, very drunk and don't remember anything that he said in the shooting.
The answer to your question is he was that took place in the early days of the Victorian period. Because I don't know when the date was on it, but I know that he died in 1860. So it would have been the early years of the Victorian era. Yeah, I don't know. The guy's name was Phineas P. Gage. You can look it up. Phineas, just like the cartoon character, P. Gage, spelled Gage, the name, not the way of measuring. Arch was saying there wasn't a source on the Arnie quote. Who? Wait, Arnie quote. What Arnie quote?
Army.
Army
the
Hammer's
thing.
quote.
Army Hammer.
Oh, that's the problem. There's no source. It says sources within the camp. Whose camp? Like some unrelated camp? It's like, what do you fucking mean? I don't like the article. And like I said, apparently part of the article was written by AI for the Washington Times. They apparently use AI writers. I'm not kidding. Bill Nunn, Spike Lee's School Days. Yeah, he absolutely. Spike Lee loved working with him. Everybody that worked with him, I'd heard nothing but good things about him. 1823, injured in 48 and died in 60. Yeah, so I remember when he died. So 48 is when it happened. Oh, shit. When was, shit. Now I got to go look it up. Yes. So, yes, he was injured even during the Victorian age because it started in 37. There you go. Annette Bening is so beautiful in this movie.
She's always pretty.
She is. She's a very beautiful woman. Her eyes, they're not overly blue, like light blue. They're just like the right shade of blue. He's terrified of her. That's the funny part. He's really scared. He's like a child.
Well, he was scared to go home because he doesn't know anything, and then his daughter makes him remember the gray carpet because she ties his shoes, and he asks her, "How did you learn that?" And she says, "You taught me." And that brings back that they were sitting on a gray carpet when he showed her how to do that, and that convinces him it's coming back. I can go home. It will be fine. And I can't believe she never acted again because she's so good in this. The girl playing his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw an interview with her too, just after the movie came out, and she said she wanted to become a doctor. So I think maybe she just pursued that career and had no time to act.
She pursued a more serious career, and like I said, she ended up being the vice president in charge of programming for the audiobook company, Audible. So, but anyway, what I was going to say is that she has this great story. Okay, and I started to tell her earlier. Bill Murray, her first week in New York, and she has a master key because of her dad. He is now in seminary there in New York, Episcopal Church, and he's going to be a priest. So he's in seminary, and she has a master key to get in there. And so she starts showing up on the set of a little film, terrible film, called Quick Change with Bill Murray. And she ends up getting the nerve to go up to him and ask for an autograph and talk to him and stuff. And then finally, at one point, she says, and she's like, what, 11? She says, would you go on a tour with me? I could give you a tour of my dad's school. And he goes, yeah. He agrees to go on this little tour date with her. And so they go over to the school. And then to her embarrassment, she forgot the fucking pass key. So she would walk him up to a building, to the door, and go, how wonderful everything is on the inside that I can't show you. This tour lasted a half hour of him just walking building to building, door to door, not being able to go inside. And she was so embarrassed, but he did everything to make her not feel embarrassed about it. And that tells me about everything you ever need to know about Bill Murray. And he was very nice to her. And she said, when her sister came home and said that they were auditioning for a role to play Harrison Ford's daughter in a movie, she wanted to take her. to audition for it, but she ended up taking the audition information and going on her own to go do it by herself. I'm like, that's a gutsy little girl right there.
Well, he enjoyed being independent, having public transportation in a city like New York. He just go places whenever she wanted to. Didn't have to wait for mom and the car to be available. I like people like that.
I do too.
I thought they unbanned Germany.
They did unban it, but it's a certain age, which I agree with. I agree with age. You should be 18
fine.
or older. 18 or older to see that movie.
They're probably not checking IDs at the movies anyway, if people look old enough.
Well, I'll tell you what's really ironic, and I didn't like this, is that Anglican Episcopal priests that were married with children were allowed to convert to Catholic and still be priests. And I'm like, do you not think that's going to make some people, not saying who they are, feel uncomfortable? And I'm pointing at other priests. It is a problem in the Catholic Church that they allow that. It's like they need to just take it away and just allow priests to get married and stop with this shit. Because I got to tell you, I'm not taking, and I'm Catholic, happily, proudly Catholic. I would not take marital advice from a priest. The fuck do you know? Tim.
Oh. Okay. I can run a standard video for him because he's still within the time. So,
by what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Okay, so Paul says that they wanted to ban that movie because it incites violence against foreigners. And he hates that decision because it's stupid.
It is stupid.
It is just a movie. If you can't tell a movie from reality, you have other problems to be taken care of.
You've got serious problems.
Yeah.
If a movie incites you to do something, you're fucking whack.
And that's the same people that say people who play first-person shooters are more prone to turning criminals. Like, bullshit.
My godfather
you can't
is
tell
an
a game
Irish,
from reality.
Dublin, Ireland-born Catholic priest. He's my godfather, as well as my priest. And my cousin, first cousin, was a Baptist minister. And he's my favorite cousin. Broke my heart when he died. He died when I was in high school. Tim jamming to Queen with Adam Lambert in the background Tokyo tour from a year ago. You know who did a really good job singing Queen songs? George Michael.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had that range.
Channeling Fred. You know, my wife, she's a fan of yours more than Queen. And we were once we were dating, and that song was on the radio, and she was, no, Freddie was on it, and I said to her, that's George Michael. You know, and she was, what? Yeah. And I know it because I saw him perform that live. If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't know it too. Either.
Yes, the answer is he is watching porn in the theater. And which leads to the comment later, I saw them do stuff in a movie and I don't know if I can do that.
And he doesn't like it. He sits there eating a chocolate bar, getting more and more weirded out by it, and then he just gets up and leaves.
So the Catholic priest heard everything, I bet. It also bespeaks a greater concern with potential violence against immigrants while ignoring or abetting actual violence by immigrants. Yep. Remember the video? Yeah, it's like if you didn't hear what just happened in London, the cops went out in force. The cops, they're not cops, they're jackboots. But anyway, they went out in force and got attacked by the Muslim immigrants and fled. The cops fled the scene.
Yeah, they are unarmed. Half of their force is now female officer with 5 foot something. No,
Or fatties
yeah.
these people were hired for one job and one job only, to be the outreach hand of the British government, the English government.
Back to
That's all
this
they are.
movie. This is one
They're
of
not
Gary's
cops.
favorite scenes in the library.
I'm not going to get cut off. I'm going to continue until I'm done.
You talk about this on every show. It gets old.
Because it's
And I don't want to
still
keep pausing
happening.
the slideshow.
And it's just happened. So this is a good scene, though, but I do like it. This is where he flicks the ball in her fucking face. It's hilarious.
And she's enjoying it, but she puts her serious face.
Dad, I'm serious. And he looks at her and says, very. When he's bored,
I
he can't
remember the video
breathe.
games equal
This is when she
real
teaches
violence
him.
debate. Still going on during. Yeah, I get so tired of the violence in film and television and cartoons and video games or what inside it. And it's like going, well, that's clearly not true, because millions upon millions of people play video games that didn't go on to fucking commit crimes. So what the fuck are you talking about? We will rock you.
Great
That
song.
was kind of the quasi first stomp song, because
Yep.
it's literal stomping in the song. Stomp rock. One of my priests, who is a fighter pilot and a deacon, became a widower and then became a priest. Great dude, and you can talk to him about marriage. I'm lucky. That's good. I remember my dad had a priest named Father Kasovic, and Father Kasovic was part of the Assisi underground, and he carried a Luger, of all things, piece of shit gun, but he carried a Luger, 9mm or 7mm Luger, and my dad said to him, "You carried a gun?" He says, "Yeah, I was out doing target practice when that happened." He goes, "You were target practicing with a gun, Father? Haven't you ever heard 'Thou shalt not kill'?" He goes, "Yes, thou shalt not kill me." And I'm like, good answer. Yeah, that was the #1 song played for quite a while at video arcades. Yeah, Somebody to Love. I love that song. They are. It's embarrassing. They don't care that they're an embarrassment. They really don't care. I thought it would have to be post Freddie, but I wasn't sure which concert. No, it's a nice looking gun. It is what they refer to as a dress gun. Looked good in the holster. And everybody wanted one. Every American GI wanted to capture one that was in.
It looks nice out of the holsters too. It's a very beautiful, elegant weapon that
Get a great profile. But the thing is, it's a piece of shit. It
Yeah.
jams all the fucking time.
it's the same thing with the Automag, the same thing with the Desert Eagle. Good looking weapons that don't work. Oh, the Spas 12. Oh, most publicized shotgun ever in cinema, and it's a piece of shit.
Yeah. The first item for a police or fireman interview is 10 push-ups. If you can't be prepared to take the job seriously, goodbye, 10 push-ups, and the interview can continue. So when I was in London in 09, around Remembrance Day, We went where Granddad flew out of during World War II on Remembrance Day, the London Metropolitan Police motorcycle branch. Now, there are some still real cops in there, in the branches where they're not affected by the DEI, but motorcycle and deeper into some of the other units, like their version of SWAT. They don't mess around with those. That must have been the last real group of London police. Well, I know that cop, and I've just forgot his name. He was on the Buckingham detail, and he is the one who came out and basically whistle blew on Prince Andrew, and let it be known the shit he was doing behind the gate. And he got in trouble over it, and he was going to lose his job, so he chose early retirement. In the interview, he said, we saw what was coming, and a lot of us took an early retirement because we saw what was coming. And you're like, what's he mean by that? What he's talking about is the DEI shit. Wasn't the auto mag that went, yeah.
Yep.
I hate them when commercials cut off a song in the middle. Yeah. A scenario when numerous Japanese clients are seated at a table turning around and looking at him. Oh, yeah. I love that scene because Moffat has to deliver Japanese in that scene. Just a little bit. Yep. And Steyr is Austrian, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, because Steyr's the one that makes the man liquor, which is what was cut apart to make the Blade Runner blaster for Blade Runner.
Steyr is Austrian, yeah. They make all kinds of things.
What's really cool, like even with my replica of the pistol, which was made from the mold of the rubber stunt hero copy of the gun, the one that you would see him running with, or if he had to drop it, that was actually the rubber gun. And it was just really well painted. I got a copy of from the master mold for mine. And so mine's not just, there she is. This scene right here, that look in her eyes when she's talking to him. And of course, that's the same lady that plays his receptionist in Sabrina. Also, another actor from this film, actress in this film, is Marchand, because she's the head mistress that's heading up the class at the end of the movie. And she, of course, plays Harrison Ford's mom in Sabrina. And still works, unlike a fucking Luger. Yeah, it's unacceptable. They should have allowed him to be prosecuted. I love how he sniffs her flower and it makes her smile. He's like, thank you. It's a nice flower.
Well, what takes them all by surprise is that all of a sudden he greets them, and he never did that. He never greeted them back when they greeted him, and now he greets them first. They all like him all of a sudden.
I also like this scene a lot, but I like it for a different reason, because you can actually see what led to his problems before, because he's ignoring the dog here. Mm-hmm. He keeps telling the dog to leave him alone. I have to study. I have to do this. And it's a little hint of the old him coming through, peeking through.
But in the end, he tells the dog to sit, and the dog sits. So somehow it works.
Oh, yeah, when he's laying in bed, he's all depressed because he found out about her affair. And he's just laying
No.
there.
He was
He
depressed
goes,
because
"Sit."
he heard everybody talking shit about him.
Oh, talking shit about him. Yeah, because he spends a couple times depressed. Anyway, so he tells the dog, sit, but then covers his head back up and doesn't see the dog sit.
So he
That's
can't
great.
reward him, and he needs to be told he's a good boy.
Good boy.
That's kind of sad. In fact, multiple dogs were playing that dog buddy because the scheduling was too difficult to just have one or two. So no names.
One of my favorite things
no credits
about the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was when what's his
Cosmos.
name calls her a bad boy. You know, you're a bad dog.
Bad dog. And it hurts him
back.
so much.
You take back.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
The Stier, Daimler.
Steyr, Daimler, Puch.
Bless
They
ya.
fusioned a couple of companies, and they were mostly making vehicles, and then they ended up splitting them back up in the 80s. So one of them makes arms now, and the other ones still make vehicles, I guess. My dad had a tractor by them. I had a bike, a very old one.
The McCarthy program basically reinvigorated and recreated Japan to go in a whole new direction. And they proceeded to not only succeed with what McCarthy had MacArthur had set up, they exceeded it and ended up in one article that was written back in the 80s and ate America's lunch with technology. They took what we could make and made it cheaper and better. And that it sucked, but that's how you ended up getting Sony and all these fucking companies coming up in the 80s. Well, a lot of the companies, Mitsubishi made planes that killed Americans, but it makes a hell of an engine.
Not better than Mazda's. That rotary engine, my God.
Well, yeah, the Walther's a good pistol. I do like that in the first James Bond film where he tells him to give him back his Beretta. That Beretta is good for a lady's pistol. Fucking Beretta. And then 2 decades later, that's what the cops are carrying in America is another fucking Beretta. Became so fucking popular. I didn't like it. I really didn't. I didn't like the Beretta. I got offered a Beretta. I turned it down and I carried a 45. Puch motor scooters were sold here in the USA, but scooters in general were never very popular here. Nope.
I guess that's why they sold them. They sold them to Italy, to Piaggio, because the Italians love scooters. They invented the Vespa, so women could ride.
They go through spells here because one of the most sought out scooters in the U.S. was the Vespa, because it became very popular here because of a little movie.
How did the commercial went? You meet the nicest people on a Vespa.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it became a cult object, but the original purpose was to make a bike for women that they could ride in a skirt, because it doesn't have a saddle. You have the feet in front of you.
Oh, absolutely. Perry and MacArthur gave them the direction they needed to become a better country. And they've been a great ally to the United States ever since. They really have. But don't ever think that there weren't imperialists and such that were still there. That was the premise of one of the plots of the guy who raised the Titanic, that guy, Clive Cussler, wrote about it, that these old imperialists had a plan to ship parts to make atomic bombs here in the United States to trigger and set off. and it was these Japanese, and they're also, I think that was part of what led the incident in Tom Clancy's executive orders. Executive orders was the name of it, and because it was the Japanese that flew a 747 into the Capitol building and killed most of the government in one fell swoop. And that's what led to Tom Clancy being investigated by the FBI over, like, where did you get inspired to do that? Like, we don't like this. Like, you write that book, you publish it, and the next thing you know, it happens. We have an actual attack with planes. And he showed him how he did it. And they walked away, fucking looking at the ground, kicking their shoes, because all of his information came from places that you could just look it up, a lot of it in the Library of Congress. They'd ask him, like, how did you know about the caterpillar? He says, it's in the Library of Congress. He showed them where it's at. They went and looked and went, you know what? It's here. Free for anybody to see.
Dude, I saw an article of that in Popular Mechanics before the Red October when it was filmed. So
the Caterpillar Drive, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it was the book that got him in trouble, not the movie. It was the book, The Hunt for Red October, that caused him to be investigated over the Caterpillar Drive. I collect post-World War II Toby mugs, only the ones that say on the bottom, made in Japan. Okay, MacArthur made sure everything made there under occupation said that. I used to have a set of drafting tools made in occupied Germany. My great-granddad was a ground crew for early Army Air Corps, won the gun from a pilot in a card game. Like how weapons have histories. Yeah, they really do. So now she's gone to school. They're all alone in the apartment, and there's no escaping sex now.
And she want that D.
She want the big D, baby. She want that big hairy D. It was the starter gun in the first game. Suzuki makes motorbikes in addition. Yeah, she's like, he's saying, I don't know if I can. She's just undressing him.
Yeah.
You know, what she's telling you, it's happening.
Yeah. Don't worry, Henry. I can drive stick.
Yeah. Oh, God.
She's got this. This is happening. You can sit there, him and haw. It's happening.
That scene is almost like in Twins with Schwarzenegger
Well,
looking to the ceiling.
I just want to point out that because this is it was night when they're on the out on the deck. It is daylight now, and they haven't slept, and he's covered in sweat. So you know shit's been going on all night. Like she just had the single greatest all night makeup sex for all the times that they haven't had to have sex or had to have not have sex.
And he's just in awe with the new toy.
I'm babbling about a lot of things. What I'm not babbling is a brook.
Oh, this made us crack up because they clearly haven't slept. they're still sweaty. So we were asking ourselves, how often did they do it? Like all night? He clearly got back on the bike and still knows how to drive it.
Well, I will tell you that actually the movie that brought the Beretta to the forefront was not Die Hard. It was a year before in a little film called Lethal Weapon. He even has a great line. He says, "My carry is 15 in the mag and one up the pipe," meaning one already in the
chamber.
In the chamber to fire. And you get to see Annette Bening before Warren Beatty destroyed and ruined her.
What did he do?
He had sex with her and then married her.
Oh, he got her pregnant and cost her a movie role. Gotcha.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. I think he hurt her film career. She's a great actress. She's been in some really good movies since, but I think her trajectory was much higher before him than with him. Yeah, I like the second Lupin film. It was really good. In fact, I didn't even know Lupin as a French character until I watched the cartoon and found out. And God, the way they walk up and act, their friends, just so scummy the way they interact with them here.
Well, they liked him as a scumbag who wins every case, even the impossible ones. And
But now he's a
do that
decent human
anymore.
being, and he's beneath them.
I don't think they like anybody. They pretend to like other people.
Well, yeah, there's nothing real with people like that, but he served them a purpose, and that's why they were being nice to him. And he doesn't do that anymore, so why be nice to him? He doesn't mean anything now. And he gets depressed over it. And I love the scene where his PT guy visits him at home and tells him his story about how he fucked up his knees and couldn't continue playing college sports. But he doesn't regret it, but because it made him, through his PT guy, pursue that career, and he wouldn't have met Henry had that not happened. And they're friends now.
It is not. The Netflix one is a guy who is inspired by the original Lupin. There was an old series of films based on the Lupin adventures.
It
was done by the BBC.
Oh, I know what I know is all Japanese.
No, I'm talking about the real Lupin. And I think it was either the BBC or it was French production. But it was like a while back. And the one that was on Netflix that got canceled after I think 2 seasons. Because the first season was good. I didn't like the start off of the second season, so I dropped out. But it was a good show, but it's about a guy who conducts himself very similarly to the original Lupin. But the original Lupin took place in the late 1800s, as I recall. I read the books in school after I saw the first anime film. Yeah. Lupin is a fictional gentleman thief created by French writer Maurice Leblanc. who first appeared in the magazine Je suis tout in 1905. The original literary series consists of 17 novels and 39 novellas, published between 1905 and 1941. And then they brought up the black guy as Lupin, and he's, as I recall, Algerian French, and he's just a thief, but he's designed similarly as a character to be a lot like Lupin and have the same morals, etc. I didn't even know that. I didn't know. Very cool. Netflix race swap. No, it's a completely different character. Inspired by. The character is inspired by. He actually says that he was inspired by. Yeah, well, that's actors. What's that line that was used recently? You know, you're great at giving advice. You're not really good at taking your own advice. So here's the speech that Anima was talking about a little bit ago. Martin too, talking about his football injury.
Yeah. Then that life may change, not, and it may be for good. You never know.
But what he's saying is things like that happen for a reason, and you can make something really good out of it. And how proud he is. I mean, you have to read between the lines, but he tells him he's proud of the progress that he made from not being able to walk and talk to where he is now. And now make something of that. It's a very, very good lesson that he gets here. It makes him take the decision to take his daughter out of boarding school because he missed 11 years of her life. He doesn't want to miss any more by sending her away to go to a place where she doesn't want to go.
Yeah, you're coming up on the scene where he finds the old love letters.
Oh God, just when you think everything is going great, finally, things get close to falling apart. Because it wasn't just him who cheated.
Hurt. Well, no. He doesn't know what he was yet. And he finds her love letters between her and his friend.
His supposedly best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think when he learns that he cheated on her too, he realizes he drove her to that because he was so upset in their marriage.
No, I don't know that he drove her to that. I think what he said is, I cannot judge her.
Yeah.
It's different.
I'm just as guilty as you are. And so I can't judge you. You know, we just both need to put this in the past, and I need to get over my butt hurt. Because he's like a kid.
They do that.
Oh my God. Henry with his butt hurt remark.
Oh, well, yeah. It's well in the military we have a slang term. Sorry, I bruised your vagina.
Now, why in God's name does that woman keeps those letters?
It's something that she probably did by mistake. It ended up in something else, got unpacked, and she forgot completely about.
Yeah, probably hid them away because he was coming home as she was reading them, planning to get rid of them later, and then she forgot something like that, or just
Whoa! How can you forget?
out of stupidity and sentimentality? I don't know. Love makes you pretty stupid.
I have a reason. It's called Deus Ex Machina.
Well, as a guy who found letters like that once, no, I would not say that God did that, and God's the great director.
I can
No, it
see
didn't go
her
that way at all.
keeping those letters because the guy was telling her things that her own husband never told her, and
Yep.
she just wanted to keep that.
It made her feel good.
Yeah. So while I absolutely agree it's stupid to keep them, I can understand why she did that.
Ride Piccolo. Wait a minute. I just
Now,
looked up here and saw
I'm
something.
not
We got
saying
some-
this is the only cause for something like that, but the only cases that I have seen that happen in real life, keeping that evidence, is because the culprit wanted the evidence to be found because they didn't want to start the conflict.
In my situation, no, it was a fuck up. She forgot she had those, and I found them one day, and it really fucking only one thing upset me. One thing. I'm not going to say what it was. There's one thing that was said that really fucking dug deep into my heart, and I'm like, ow. But yep, I have to agree with you on your sentiment, Alpha, that it's Oscar bait fantasy that had no connection to the real world. Wait, where did he say that?
At the beginning of the show, Alpha said that this movie has no connection to real legal work.
No, the
Oh,
legal work, no.
No, and he's in the real
but-
world. He's going to be destroyed for having turned that evidence to the family that they fuck up at the beginning.
No, it's just a good payoff for the character. But the fact is, as far as Oscar bait with the character, I will say bullshit on that. That's bullshit. Because the character is, as a character, is based on a real guy. And we don't know who he is due to the Privacy Act. Because when they were interviewing and talking to this guy, and Harrison Ford was meeting with this guy, he was a real Ivy League attorney.
And his wife.
And the wife, and they were going through this for real. And he was basically retarded, trying to relearn everything all over again. And he, different personality, just everything, all the boxes check for this guy, because he was kind of a slimy Ivy League lawyer, made a lot of money, gets in an automobile accident, and ends up in a vegetative state. When he wakes up, no memory, has to relearn how to talk, stand, walk, everything. And so Harrison based a lot of his mannerisms and his speech off of the real guy. And it's never given his name. I just know that he went to I forget. It's a major Ivy League college. I can't remember what the fuck its name is. And
It doesn't matter
that not Harvard.
That the legal things are not realistic. It really doesn't matter at all. This is just in there to show you what a scumbag he was. He didn't care about the people fighting those cases. All he cared about was winning, whether it was in the right or in the wrong. He would tweak cases and shit like that.
It was about the money.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if I can find the school, because this is driving me crazy. I got to remember the name of the school that he went to.
Didn't they just say Ivy League in that interview?
No.
Let's see. Okay, more conversation about Lupin. Akira, but they are going deep into the anime thing. Ball State, says Ike Thomason.
I haven't even heard of that.
Eh,
It was Duke. It was Duke. Duke
see,
University.
this thing he's doing here, oh, he's gonna be sued into oblivion for that.
Yeah, if they say where it came from, he's legally in trouble. He is.
Well, his career is over
Yeah.
anyway. He can't work in that
Yeah.
field anymore.
Yeah, one
Because
thing
that's
your career
exactly
is
what
over.
would happen. First thing, they would absolutely take his license from him. He'd never be able to practice law again. But I don't think he's got a problem with that. But they would
No.
also sue him. The
Yep.
only reason he's not going to get sued is because he was a partner, is why he won't get sued. If anything, his partner will get sued by the main Moffat's character. Moffat could end up suing
Bruce?
his character. Yeah, the guy that was cheating with his wife might sue him. The actor is a plenty of Singhalese and Marat. Okay, stop throwing out fake words. These are
Those
all
are not-
imaginary words that
No, they're
exist
not.
somewhere. They're in his porn magazines. That's where they came from. Singhalese. The only way I've heard that is in porn. Anyway,
Senegal
the character-
and Mauritania are very real places.
I know
Stop.
I'm fucking around. Actually, the actor or the character of Lupin in the new series, he is from Senegal, and and I think maybe the actor is too, and his dad was from there too, and his dad had given him the book of Lupin as a boy, and so he idolized the Lupin character, which is why he takes on the name Lupin in the Netflix series. So that's how it works in that series. And I thought it was pretty good. And clearly Alpha knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, I thought it was an okay show. Season 1. Season 2, not so good. Which is why I think it got canceled. Lupin 3 is supposedly the grandson of a master thief. Yep. Lupin the Third. I Love You, Brian Piccolo, of course, is from a movie. Great movie. The name of the movie? Brian's Song. I have wanted a live action Akira my whole life, ever since I read the manga and then saw the movie. I'm like, fuck yeah. Closest thing to Blade Runner I ever saw. In fact, it's better than Blade Runner because it actually has a story. Monkey Punch, the Japanese comic book artist, was the author of Lupin 3. And isn't that Monkey Punch the name of the show we like with Vince Vaughn? What is that
No.
show called?
Bad Monkey.
Bad Monkey.
Bad
Yeah.
Monkey. The Fulani are nomadic people of the I don't know what the
Sahel.
hell, renowned for their horse riding skills. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
And as I'm writing this from memory, it sounds like I'm quoting an encyclopedia.
Yeah. I was talking to Alpha about regarding Henry.
Yeah, we
Ball
got that.
State. Yeah, I went to Ball State.
That would be appropriate for you, Gary.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The girl on the front row on the right has to be her sister because they have the exact same nose and mouth.
Yep. Yep. And they're
That
not
is
that
so
far
weird.
apart in age.
Yeah, I know. Did somebody say balls? So if a war movie made up a bunch of war crimes to show how much of a scumbag the character was, you wouldn't care. Well, we all know lawyers are scumbag. Yeah, that's what they kind of say in the movies. Like they even say that because Robin Williams' character's lawyer in Hook. He says, what do you call a busload of lawyers going over a cliff with an empty seat?
Good beginning.
Yeah, good start. Yeah, babies are killing. Yeah. Look, I've got a lot of friends who are lawyers. So, yeah, I know they're not all scumbags.
I won't take my chance.
But this guy is what you would call a corporate lawyer, one of these lawyers that doesn't like to lose. And so the only thing that I think the show is cold to is they're not showing any lawyers as good guys. The only one that's kind of a good guy, quasi good guy, is Moffat's character because he gives a shit. He really cares about Harrison Ford's character. He gives a shit, wants to make sure she's taken care of. Everybody is out for themselves. And I've met lawyers like that too. But the fact is, I have 2 lawyer friends that I've known since I was a teenager. And these guys, good people, fucking good people. Oh, Duke.
Hey, Diva's here.
Season 1 is the only one I can say is good. I can't, because I didn't even finish season 2.
Man, I'm so sick of that trend. One first good season, and then boom.
That's what happens. It's a common theme of derailing on a second season. Look what Westworld did. I mean, Westworld had an interesting start. I'm not going to say it was great. I'm going to say it was interesting. And it all derailed with season 2. Initial critical reception was mainly lukewarm to negative. Again, I don't give 2 fucking shits what critics think of the film. It really doesn't matter what they
I
think.
really loved it. It's heartwarming.
What matters is how an audience reacts. So let me zoom this in a little bit because that page looks really tiny. There we go. Trying to add it. It's not adding for me, Martin. Would you please add that?
Okay. Come on, do it. Shit. Remove another. Oh. Okay. There you go.
StreamYard at its best.
Critics hated the fucking movie. Nobody cares. Nowhere even close to the audience reaction to the film. Audience reaction trumps critic reaction anyway.
And it's
Why?
decent. That's
because
63.
critics are paid to go see the movie. They don't pay to see the film. So why do fucking studios give 2 shits what they think? Nobody cares.
Because they can twist reality by that. It's what they're doing now with the Odyssey. They didn't show it to influencers. They only showed it to critics. Of course, they all shill it and say it's the best movie ever made and the perfect movie and yada, yada, yada. They're paying
Yeah,
to
the Odyssey
It checks all the political marks. It checks all the political
Yeah.
marks. Who is the modern audience? I'll tell you, there is a modern audience. Now that I think about it, because I said it's a fallacy. It's not real. But there is one. It's called your paid critics is a modern audience. And past that, modern audience doesn't exist. There's only current audience. Your current audience is made up of a lot of fucking different ages. 35 to 50 is your greatest spending on seeing movies, for buying merchandise related to your film.
I keep saying the modern audience that they are making all these shows and movies for, that's themselves and the other people in that bubble, which is like 4% of all the people watching stuff. This is why it doesn't work, but they keep doing it.
Yeah, and apparently that's what's his name thought when he did the remake of Psycho, that you can't go wrong with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
But Vince Vaughn couldn't save that movie.
Mm.
It was that bad an idea. Roger Ebert for the Chicago's. Oh my God.
Don't care.
Live action Ninja Scroll or Wicked City. Oh, I got to tell you, Wicked City. I saw that with my buddy Matt McGuire, the guy that's the artist, and he's part of Guar. He's Buzzsaw, whatever that character's name is. Anyway, he introduced me to Wicked City when we were younger, and I was like, first I saw the anime one, and then I saw the live action, and I'm like, holy shit, this is gross, and it's so cool and horrifying. Oh wait, outside the Netflix series, Omar Sy's only real global exposure was in the forgettable X-Men movie and 2 Jurassic cash grab sequels.
Jurassic. I like that.
Rita Kempley, I just don't fucking care. I was a corporate lawyer. I practiced corporate finance, specializing in public and private securities offerings and mergers and acquisitions. And now it sounds like I'm quoting my LinkedIn page. It's because you are. Literally, it hits the check boxes. Oscars haven't instituted check boxes. Yes, they have. Fuck them. Thus, you get a grab bag of bizarre stunt casting it for the Odyssey. Jurassic grab trademark. So, yep, there he is, looking all fucking dickish. I'm dick. You can tell by the way I don't smile, and I have my hair slicked back, and I'm holding a drink.
I really liked that they did that subtle change with his hairstyle. He really is a different person now.
Well, yeah, you forget who you are completely. Well, you're bound to be a different person now. That's no doubt.
Yeah, it's one of the first gentle visual things they show you is that he parts his hair down the middle now, and he's got that almost Han Solo haircut. It making him just a little more likable with that style of hair. So that's with over 36 reviews from published critics, or 35 reviews, and 10,000 plus reviews from actual paying members of the audience. So there you go. Which one matters to the studios? The one that they have to pay to get, not the one that actually gives them money. So they're fucking idiots. Advertisers will tell you that the over 35s may have the disposable income, but they are less susceptible to advertising appeals than under 35s. I suppose this appeals to movies as well. Still, a majority of your paying audience that you make most of the money from, including for sci-fi films when it comes to merchandising, is still 35 and over.
And they are the ones having children, taking them to the movies, introducing them to
generating new fans.
The next generation of audience, yeah.
To bet against that is just stupid. It's stupid. It's bad business. I don't care how they try to rationalize it. It doesn't matter. Numbers matter.
Oh, they're talking out of their asses.
I would have thought it would be higher than 63. Look, there are people out there that don't like the film, so it probably knocked it down a few. If it was just the positive reviews, it would probably be closer to the 70s. But 63 is still popcorn. It's not spilled.
It's a romantic movie, and I think it's a family movie too, and they tend to get lower ratings.
Look, when that lady's vagina grows teeth, I was freaked out. and she spawns
What?
spider legs.
Yeah, Wicked
Oh my
City.
god. I don't want to
That
see
movie
this ever.
tripped me the fuck out. That's all I got to say. They're still trying to put. I have the movie, by the way. I have the live action and the anime, both. Because I like to break it out every once in a while. The anime is better, but the live action was trippy with her because they did a lot of puppetry with her, and I just thought it was cool. The practical effects used in that film, not the visual effects, the practical effects used in that film were really interesting. What they did in a Japanese live action film. They're still trying to put the sequel. I don't think I ever read, watched, or anything of
No,
Ninja Scrolls.
I watched Ninja Scroll many moons ago. Uh, it was an OVA movie, animated, of course. It was okay. I didn't get all the fanfare that my friends were having about it, but I suppose they were fans of the original material. But as a standalone movie, it's okay. Of course, great animation.
And again, I want to point out that Hans Zimmer did a really good job on this soundtrack. This is back when he was really doing real music. I liked what he did with this film. I love the piano parts, and even though it's not like on the uh, what's the page called, Wikipedia. It's a Wolfgang Mozart piano sonata that plays in the scene when he's in the office trying to read when the dog is wanting his attention, and that's Mozart. And it was driving me
I
crazy
forgot
while
which
watching the
one.
movie. I had to find out what that fucking song was because I know that song.
It's a piano concerto, and they're very famous, Mozart. But it's so low, I could barely make it out. Once I was really focusing on the music, I could tell it's Mozart, but I'm not too familiar with piano concerts. But they give the information in the credits anyway.
You know, for a
So
second, I thought you were gonna say I am not familiar with Mozart, and I was what?
No. It's just, well, my youngest sister is a pianist, but I'm just not familiar with piano concertos because the ones I listened to were cello and oboe because I love cello and oboe was my instrument. And I played a lot of them with my teacher. So,
and just so you know, the editor for this film has worked with Mike, the director, since Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. They like working together. He's a very good fucking editor, and it's the thing I've said to people that your editor needs to understand story structure better than a screenwriter. You're not a good editor if you don't understand story structure, because you are the last person telling the story visually, and you better fucking understand story. And that's why some movies just really knock it out of the park, and some movies are like, okay. And this film, I think it's a very well told story. I don't think it's a great movie, but it's a film that I really love. And his editing is part of the reason. It's not just Mike Nichols' direction. It is that great fucking editing that's done to his films. If you want to see the best film he ever edited, you got to watch The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman, because Mike Nichols did a great job directing it, but the editing in that movie is insane. Good, insane. It's that good. So, but the soundtrack on this is really good too. I don't give two shits about the critical reception, but what I do care about is the box office. And this movie was shot in about 22 to 25 million, and it earned over 85 million in the box office back in the time period where that meant something. So it made over. All it had to do is make 50 million to break even. And it made
tickets were way more affordable back then. So that number means way more asses in seats than it would today.
Yeah, 88 million back then when you're paying about $6 to $7 a ticket. You can look at. I can just do it real quick. Math for you. I'm gonna do some math for you. So you got 25 million divided by 6.5. That's 3,846,153 asses and seats.
No. You used the budget. Wrong number. It's 87. That's the number.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're correct. So 88 million divided by 6.5. You are right. I had the wrong number. That is 13,538,461 asses and seats.
Yep. That means something. That is the number you want to go for. Don't just go for the box office. Check how many asses that actually means.
Yeah, they brag about box office today. They love to brag about box office, but what they don't talk about anymore is how many tickets were sold. They don't want to talk about that because that'll make it look bad. Because today they're charging $15, $16 a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hans Zimmer is German. I knew there's something I didn't like about that guy.
Oh, Alpha, are you kidding? I love two cellos. They are amazing. I introduced my cello playing sister to them. It's mind-blowing what they do.
The lead character from Ninja Scroll is also the same historical figure who they use for Onimusha 2's lead. Yeah. Getting too deep into the muck for me. Yeah, it's going to be garbage. I'm telling you, it's going to tank. And, but will they accept responsibility for the modern audience not existing? And that they made it for the wrong fucking people? Or will they blame the wrong people for it tanking? Because they made the movie for the modern audience. He said it multiple times. Well, who's the modern audience? Who are you talking about? Who's this modern audience? What are you fucking talking about? I just had the thing up. No. The fucking Odyssey.
Oh.
There it is. I was responding to that.
Well, he managed to.
He will not. I'm telling you, he's part of Hollywood. He is not going to assume responsibility and accept blame. They're going to blame us again. Like, wait a minute. We're not part of the audience you're selling this movie to. How can we affect it? How are we having any impact on the modern audience? If they're the ones you made that for, they should be coming to see your movie and not give a shit what we think. Because you're clearly telling them you made it for them, right? But if they don't show up, which you're not, because it doesn't exist. The modern audience doesn't exist. The closest thing to it is the critics, and they don't pay to go see a movie.
They get paid. What is really mind-blowing, the hideous casting aside, he managed to make the Mediterranean look sad. How do you even do that? If you've ever been down there.
Dull and sad. Okay, here you go.
It looks like Scotland in winter.
Have you seen two cellos in one cup? And I just told you.
Oh my God. No. Badly. Bad.
No, I'm not even going there.
Because I just told Anima what Two Girls in a Cup is. Because I told her about the fucking Two Girls in a Cup musical. And I'm like, that can't be real. That can't be real.
There's a musical?
That's what they're saying. There's a musical. I don't believe it.
Ay. I hope there's not. That musical is gonna get shit reviews.
2 cups of shit. I want to thank Gambit. I want to thank Snorty. I want to thank John Whitaker, 11 Alpha Penny, Ariel Billette, who I think, left us. Slasher Fred, James Jameson, Read by Nature, E. Clay Thomason, D. Bud Martin, and that's it. So there you go. Good one, Martin. We've been
Thank you.
here for a decade, so they keep banging the modern audience drum, and all they have to show for it is collapsed industry. Yep. Eventually, one of them's going to have to assume responsibility or be at least blamed, openly blamed by somebody.
Not in their lifetime. That would be addressed in the future.
We should basically take a list of every director producer who has said modern audience and use it and show what damage they've done to film doing that, because they've killed the industry. They killed mom and pop movie theaters. They did it first with the Coof, and they did it by making movies impossible to fucking make money on selling tickets. So they can all go fuck themselves. And that I dig what the Paramount dude was saying when he said that we got to bring the concession prices down too. Well, make sure that the theater's getting a proper percentage of the ticket sales then, because that's how they're forced to make money, is through concessions.
And that's why they are so expensive. I put the link to the channel of Two Cellos in the chat. So that was not Gary, that was actually me. Go check them out. They are really fucking good.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So, and they don't care about the losses. The money is, but well, directors don't care if they're not paying for it themselves. If somebody else's, if they're using OPM, other people's money, they don't give a shit. It's not my money, not my loss, and I'm sick of that shit.
And the thing that really
Directors
upsets
acting
me is that
frivolous with other people's money.
Nolan used $7 million of Greek taxpayers' money to make that movie. Didn't hire
They're
a
threatening
single
to
Greek.
sue. They didn't.
I hope they
they're
do.
threatening to sue. They need to sue. So
Yeah,
we are
but
out of here,
the
guys.
fact is their government is corrupt as fuck. So I don't know.
Everybody have a, yeah, like when the local paper is the Comunista. Just saying, well, what's the name of your paper again? The Comunista.
Oh.
Really? Okay. Oh. All right, we're the fuck out of here, guys. Everybody have a great day today. We will see you tomorrow. Again, we're going to be talking about a film that's both loved and hated. It's a Jon Favreau film. It's a Jon Favreau film. It's a sci-fi film that brought Han Solo, Indiana Jones together with James Bond and that weird-looking alien doctor from Who. I mean, not Who, but House. She's got weird eyes. I don't like her. She's a modern feminist. She's really annoying. She's a director. I'm a feminist director. I'm going to make a film that's from the feminist perspective. It's not made for men. And then got mad when men didn't show up to her movie. Oh, you know what that is? World's smallest
the world's
violin.
Tiniest violin.
Playing My Heart Bleeds for You. Go fuck yourself, Olivia Wilde. Fuck that bitch. She screwed her marriage up with her husband.
She abandoned her
nice
children.
Guy. Yeah. He's a good dude. I like him. I liked his show, Ted. Even when they went DEI, I still found something to enjoy with the last two seasons. But the last two seasons, it was hard to get through them. It was hard. Ted's a good show. Ted Lasso is what I'm talking about. So anyway, fuck off, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for some Cowboys and aliens. Yeah.
This night, hey, this night we have our gaming show. So get ready for it.
Yeah, go watch John suck at a game. It'll be fun. It's worth it. It is. It'll make you feel really good about yourself when you watch him play. I like that about John's gameplay. He'll fucking kill me if he could say that. He'd go, fuck you, Gary. Anyway, we're out of here, guys. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Damon.